Okay, this is Thursday night. Here we go. It's going to be another live video chat show with Dana over here and
Hello.
Scrappy Girl. She's with us tonight. We were on her channel last night and do uh, tried to do this altered puzzle piece that turned out to be kind of a fail. And so we're going to try round two tonight. We went out and got more puzzles. So we're going to see if we can't do something different with it tonight. And then last night I did draw little little Freddy. Was it Freddy? Is that his name? Freddy.
I
Freddy
think
the
so.
squirrel. I did try to sketch him, so he turned out pretty cute. This was with the ink tints pencils. So, with that being said, here we go. Let's see who's in the chat room. Let me get my chat room up, and there I is. I have to turn that down. It won't let me turn it down until I get in. Then it lets me turn it down. So we got Annette and Brenda and Brittany and Candy and Kristen and Chris. Well, hello there. Welcome.
Hey,
Welcome,
everybody.
welcome, welcome. How you guys doing tonight? So we've had a fun time this week. We really have working on this puzzle. And last night when we were on Dana's channel, I decoupaged it, and I really love the colors and everything, but it didn't look like a squirrel. So I decided to try it again with a new squirrel puzzle. So we'll be see. Okay, Chris has got papers to grade, and we totally understand that. So no problem, Chris. Hi, Melissa. So, Dana, what kind of picture did you pick out today?
um, it's just a square.
It's a square puzzle. Was it plain?
Yeah,
Does it have a picture on the other side?
it does. It's got unicorn.
It's got a unicorn. So
Well,
the
no, I lied. I lied.
oh,
Oh, it's got this girl.
it's
I
got a
don't know where it
girl.
got unicorn.
Okay, all righty, all right. So the first thing I have to do is put my puzzle together and see what we can do. So this is the fun part of trying to put it together, and it's not quite that easy. I had a hard time putting it together last night. It was kind of funny, but that's just life. I should have a sprig of hair. Let's see, where's his hair? There's another part of that. That don't go there. It goes over there. There's the rest of the daisy. Uh, I just finished talking just a little bit to Rebecca, and she's feeling a little bit better. She she's eating today. She's eating a little bit. She's starting to get hungry, so that's a good sign. Getting hungry is a good sign. And let's see here. Almost. And I found my ocarina. Dana, do you know what an ocarina is?
Not really.
It's a musical flute made out of clay or out of an object. It could be made out of a potato. I've heard them called potato organs, but this is made out of clay, and it's like a whistle, and I can blow in it. It's not true to the tone, but it's like a little whistle. It's a musical tone, and if you do it right, it'll play. You can actually play a tune and play a musical. Play music with it. And it's something that I would say um, Indians may have, in the indigent type um era, would have probably have used to
Right.
to make things out of clay, would be my guess. And let's see here. Um, and I'm going to try to make a new one, a new ocarina when we get into the clay that I'm getting ready to get involved with. Won't be long, and I will be doing clay stuff. Uh, Almost got it. There's the eye. Here's an acorn. Another acorn. And I guess no, that's not the hair. That's a shoulder. Did I drop a piece? I must have dropped a piece. I'm missing a piece. No. So, yeah. My ocarina. Let
Hey,
me look.
Kristen and Janet.
I think it's on the floor. Hi, Janet. Oh my goodness. I've got a gold mine down there on the floor, I tell you. A gold mine. All right.
Oh, I didn't put my brush. Whoops. I didn't put my brush in the water.
Uh-oh. Well, the good
So
thing
much
they're
for that.
not too expensive to buy.
I'm so bad about that.
I leave mine in brushes and burn them just the same.
I do
And then they bend. And then you can't paint with them. Oh, Kristen's pulled a muscle. Okay.
Uh-oh.
I sympathize. Okay. Whew. Now, let me sit here and say hi to everybody. I got my puzzle together. There she is. There's our Rebecca.
Hey, Becca. Hope you're feeling better. At least a little bit.
Oh, Kristen's right wrist is swollen. Okay, Kristen. Well,
Well, you're
please
falling apart, Kristen.
take good care of yourselves. So
Lord,
anyway,
here.
I'm going to flip mine over, and then I want to glue a picture on the back, like a magazine picture. So let's just look through a couple of magazines and see if we can find something about this size. And I might need to take a piece of paper and just trace that size a little bit so that I can match it up because it's a shape. Because it's a shape. Well, hi, Lisa.
Hey, Lisa.
I was just talking to Lisa. She just got offline, and I hope you got something to eat or snacking. But look, Lisa, I love it.
We're doing who knows goofy stuff.
Yeah, we're just doing some goofy things tonight. But
Ugh.
I got this new
We
book.
tried it already and we failed. So there you go.
Yeah, this is round 2. And this is such a cool book, and I do want to use it in my art. I respect the photos in it and everything, but I want to put some people in here and some other little objects that would go with, the pages, and that's my goal, how to use this book. But this book also has a lot of information that's typed in, and um it's like with an old timey typewriter, and it talks about the book and the purpose of this book. And there's a page on how to use this book. There's a pages on Japan, Italy, India, Syria, and Mexico, and there are art pictures or designer pictures of items in their countries, and like this bedroom, and you might find decorations in their decor, and it's very interesting. And I really am interested in some of the writing. There's not a whole lot of reading about it. It's more pictures, but I think I need to take this into the bedroom and read it every evening, and uh, so that when I do glue in it, at least I've read the book. And it's an expensive book. It's a very expensive book. And Lisa at My Eclectic Life, she's got this book, and I'm thinking she's going to art in it too. I'm not sure if she said she was going to art in it or not. And I think some other people have also got this book. So, but it's called Sabila Court and Nomad, and it's a global approach to interior style of these different countries. So I love it. I think it's going to be a cool book to play in, and I got this used for like $14, but it's like a 70, 80, or $100 book. So if you want to art along and you want to try to find this book, you need to go to the used bookstores to see if you can find this book at a cheaper price. Um, but it is so cool. It's so cool. I think it would be cute to put people on all the pages and different things. So it'll be a collage book for me. And I'm trying to think. Oh, this was the place where I bought it from, at Half Price Books. But there's lots of half price books on the internet. So this, they may not have any more books of this one, but there are other places that sell books. But I was looking to see the year that it was produced, and I'm sure it should be in here in the front. Usually it's got a date. It's got a date on when it was printed. Lisa said, look above. Oh, you've already started collaging in yours. Okay. And you see, this is a lonely road. And you see, I can just see putting a race car on here. But I'm going to try to not to make it, I want to try to make the pages really, really pretty. I'm not going to make anything that's too far. I'd like for it to belong to the page, or to look like it belongs to the page. So let's see. I'm not seeing a date anywhere close by. So maybe Lisa will know the date. I don't see a date. Unless it would be in the back. Thank you. There's a thank you. Here's something. Let's see if it's the. Okay, first published in Australia in 2011. First published in United States in 2011. Okay, copyrighted in 2011. So that was it. That was when it was written or produced and published in Australia and the United States. Okay. So that's good to know. But anyway, I think it's a lovely book to collage in, and I love it's a hardback and it's embossed. this is embossed right here. I love the feeling of it. So we will be working on this, but I'm going to have to say, it's going to have to be put on the end of the list because I'm doing next week as soon as Becca gets better. I would like to start doing some polymer clay beads. I've promised her to do polymer clay for a long, long time. And I was going to start it this week, but she's ill. So I'm going to wait till she feels better and we'll start some polymer clay. And then that's going to be a warm up to our pottery clay. And I'm going to be getting with Janet Nash here soon. Probably, maybe this weekend, I'll get together with Janet, and we're going to work out and see how I can film in the garage. And we're hoping that I can use my phone as a hotspot and just maybe stream off of my phone so that you can watch me throw a pot. I've been into my clay. It's looking good. I've reconditioned my clay by putting some water on it to get it good and moist so that I can work with it. And the table's cleaned off. And I brought some things in from the garage to work with my polymer clay. And it's sitting already ready to go over here. So that's something to look forward to. So this is going to be late summer before I start, getting into it. And then maybe I can squeeze in a page here and there, but it is on my desk as things to do right up front on my desk. So I have it at my fingertips. So for those of you that just come in, hello, hello, Tanya and Candy and Sharon and Janet and Joni. So
Hey,
hello,
y'all.
everybody. So last night Dana and I did a puzzle piece, and we're going to do it again tonight because this
Mine
was a fail.
is like this.
Yeah, but she turned hers into a butterfly, which I think is cute, and I think she could hang it up on one of her cabinet doors. That's what I think. So I'm
Yep.
going to get a pencil and go around the edges of this puzzle. Let's just do it this way. I don't have to do it that way. I'll do it this way. This is the size of my puzzle. What am I thinking? Who knows? So, Dana, how's your day been, hon?
Okay, until about 30 minutes ago.
Uh-oh.
Son number one is being a butthole now.
Okay. Them boys.
Yep.
And they're just a few months apart.
Yeah, like a year and 3 months.
So is it all just like, I'm thinking hormone related,
Won't.
that age?
I don't know, but I'll make it through it. Hope I make it through it.
You'll make it. You're going to make it.
Good Lord.
So I'm not really fussy cutting this out exactly. What I'm trying to do is I want to find a magazine page to cover my puzzle with. That's my intention. And Dana is gluing hers together with Mod Podge
And jelly prints.
and jelly prints and collaging. And then she's going to try to cut the pieces apart. And I'm going to put a magazine piece on mine as soon as I find one. So y'all can help me look. So this will be my template on my magazine page. And it will, I can use this to help see if it's going to fit or whatever. That's what that's about. So let's look for some big pictures. Might find some, might not. See, I could do something even like that if I wanted to. But I'm thinking of maybe a girl or a face.
I'll decorate them, Becca.
Well, what are we going to do once we cube it apart? Well, that's a good question, Dana. Do you have an answer?
I'm gonna decorate mine.
She's going to decorate hers. And
they'll probably go in Happy Mail somewhere.
yeah, that's not too bad, except it's big enough that it doesn't go off the edges of my thing. So I'm going to take this, even though it's not perfect, and because it's the first one I saw, and we'll see if that one's going to be the one I use or not. We might just find another picture. Might have to go to some kind of a style. See, that picture, would be great, except I'm not going to put that on my puzzle of a vase, but I need something that big. Look at this girl here. She's doing something. Oh, she's working with jewelry. Okay. She was at her work desk. So, let's see. See, if we want to put a piece of cake on the front of it, we can use a piece of cake. But I'm not going to. Oh, look at this. That might be something cute to put on here. Rebecca's been a very sick little girl. She, she went on a cruise last week, and that's when she got sick.
Yep.
I'm going to save this picture too, because it says Art Alive.
Becca, next time take that airborne before you go, and keep taking it while you're going.
So that might just fit in there. I might be able to do that. So I'm going to take that one. We could always put some tacos on it. I'm hungry. Let's see. There's some pretty cookies. I think it'll be cute to put something on the back of it. And this would be a good, talking about what are we going to do with it. Put it in Happy Mail. This would be a good little gift to do for your grandkids or your kids. If you have any little kids in the house, you could send it to somebody who is sick, somebody that is in need of some Happy Mail, that's down and needs to be cheered up. So you could send them this puzzle. Of course, it'll be all torn apart when you give it, and then they have to put it together, and it'll have Art Alive on one side, and then it'll have the squirrel on the other side. So, I mean, it's kind of goofy, and it's just something fun to do, and it's an altered piece of puzzle, and this would be a good craft to do with your younger kids if you have any around, or if you're going to have some company for the vacationers or holidays or something, and you need something to keep little hands busy. I could put this woman on here. Her name's Teresa. I could put Teresa on there, but I like the art. I really like the Art Alive. What do I need to make a puzzle? Well, you need to go to the Dollar Tree and buy you a puzzle from the Dollar Tree.
Some paper.
And then on the back of the puzzle, you're going to make a piece. You're going to cover the back of the puzzle with a piece of magazine. So you get you a puzzle, just a little one, just a little puzzle, not a big one. And then you could do one of your coloring pages on the back of it, Melissa. You could put one of your horses on the back of it. And then you would have a horse puzzle. So I'm not going to look any further. So this was my puzzle, okay? And I turned it over. I put it together. I put my puzzle together, Melissa. See how little my puzzle is? It came from the Dollar Tree. My Dollar Tree is going to have different things than your Dollar Tree. But I'm sure your Dollar Tree will have some puzzles. So I've got my puzzle put together, okay? And I'm going to leave the squirrel and flip it over. And it's going to be a double puzzle. A double puzzle. Doesn't that sound fun? And Dana is the one who came up with the idea. She's the one who said she was altering a puzzle yesterday. And I said, "Oh, Dana, I have a puzzle. You want some company?" and boom, she did it. This is the first try. I turned it the wrong side. So I got another one just like it. And I'm flipping it over. And I'm putting this on the back of it. I am. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off the writing, the extra writings. I don't need those.
Hi, Miss Margaret.
The 23 would be okay. And I don't need see the museum in full bloom. So I'm going to cut that off. And then I'm going to decoupage over that part. I'm going to save the extra papers. And I'm going to decoupage this down, probably with a glue stick. I'm going to use a glue stick. And then I'm going to tear it apart because I don't want to glue the puzzles together. I just want to glue the paper down and cut it apart with an X-Acto knife or with some kind of a little knife. And I think I might be able to use this knife. And then these white parts, I can use this other pink paper to cover. Let's see if I got enough here to cover.
Okay.
Almost. Almost. I'm going to glue that together. And I've got some, I can use this. We'll glue this down right there. Right like that. And see if I can cover my puzzle. So I can cover all of this. So this is going to be on the back. And I've just got this little bit here to cover up, and I can either use the bottom of that or this side of this. I've got some middle parts here. Let's see if I can't just use this part without the writing. I don't need the writing. And all I have to do is just patch that up right like that to cover that up. And voila. So bye, Lisa. Thank you. Thanks for popping in. And we'll get together. Lisa and I are going to get together because I got a new spinning wheel, and I love it. Oh, I was going to show you a picture, Lisa. Oh goodness, I hope she didn't left yet. I got a picture of it. Too much to do. But here's my new spinning wheel. I sent her a picture of it in her Facebook group if she goes over, so she'll see it. There's my new spinning wheel. It's called a Castle Upright. And as you can see, the wheel of it is underneath the bobbin. So it's called an upright castle. So that means it's going to take less space for storage. It didn't have I don't have to have 3 feet. I just need, a foot and a half corner to stick it in. So there's my new muse. Okay, bye, Brenda. She's got to go cook.
Beth was literally 20 minutes from me, and she did not come and see me.
I did not go and see Dana. I'm bad. I'm bad.
Bad.
We left the house at 10 o'clock, and we didn't get home until after 4 o'clock.
I don't doubt it. I
was
you were tired.
I went to bed. Yeah, I came home and went to bed. Joe
Just giving you a hard time.
He wears me out, but I do want to go over, and it's really doable. It's not a bad drive at all to go over there and see her. And I got it off of Marketplace, Joni. I got a good buy. I had to go drive an hour and a half to go get it, but I got a good buy. And he wanted to go and get it Tuesday, and I said, "Oh no, 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 no! If I go over Tuesday, and then I won't be back in time to stream, And so I refused to go Tuesday, and I knew to go over on a day that I had nothing else planned, and it's a good thing. But we do want to go over and see Dana, and on the weekend, so Joe could be with Scott, because I think they would get along.
Oh, I'm sure.
But anyway, I got it off of Marketplace, which is, on my local area Facebook selling site. It was off of Facebook, but it was local, and you can put in 10 miles or 100 miles, and this was under 100 miles. And I typed in spinning wheels and searched and I've been looking for quite a while. And I found this one, and turned out she was just on the other side of Orlando. And I thought, oh, I can do that. I could go get that. I don't think I could have gone. I don't know that I could have driven it. Joe is a trooper. He is such a trooper. He's willing to go anywhere. He loves to do things. And he didn't have any problems driving on Interstate 4. And if you don't know what about Interstate 4,
it's the deadliest highway, I think, in the United States, actually.
Yeah, it's one of the deadliest highways. We didn't see any accidents, so that's wonderful. That was good news. And really, there wasn't any bad. I didn't see any road rage or anything going on. And the whole time I was coaching Joe, just take it easy. Let's stay in this lane. Of course, he didn't do it, but I encouraged him to stay in the lane and all that good stuff. But having the MapQuest and the girl that told you.
I am Brenda.
Those things are wonderful. She said, stay in the 2 right lanes. She meant it. Stay in those 2 right lanes because your exit is coming up. And she said, move over to the left. after once you veer off of this road, move over to the left and get in the next lane to get ready to turn.
And we didn't have all that crap when we were learning to drive on the highway.
No, we didn't. No, we didn't. And she got us there safely and comfortably, without any problems whatsoever. We got over there and to my designation. And I don't know that I could have done it with a real map. It would have been very confusing in Orlando because there's toll roads and then there's express lanes. And if you get on the express lanes, that's where
you can't get off. You can't get off until like 5 miles.
Yeah, you have to stay on them for a long time. And then I picked a route which was the quickest route to get to the girl's house, was not on a toll road anyway, so it worked out perfectly, and I said, now Joe, if we get off on this road, we have to take it, there's a toll, and we have one of those easy passes, but we don't have any money on it. But I am going to get that done this week. I'm going to get Joe to put $10 on my easy pass. It's a little kind of a plastic little remote thing, and all you have to do is put it in your car. You don't have to, you put it in your glove compartment or somewhere, put it in your car, and then when you go through those tolls, it clicks off the money automatic. So you don't have to stop and put money in the toll change. It's not like it used to be when we went through a toll road, we had to stop and pay the money, pay the coins or pay the dollars. Back in the day, way back, long time ago. Long time ago, when they had driver's ed. I don't know how kids drive today without driver's ed. We had driver's ed.
Yep. And our teacher would be over there wishing he had a brake on his side.
Oh, I know. Well, we had a car that did. We had a car that had a double brake system. One for the teacher and one for the driver. So if he needed to, he could override you for those hard to learn youngins. But I grew up in the country. We had a lot of yards and a yard, and I grew up riding lawnmower, watching Daddy drive the tractor, I mean, one of them big farming tractors, we used to get up there and ride the tractor with Dad, and I could watch him push the clutch and all this stuff. And so I kind of learned how to do that kind of stuff at a young age. So when I did driver's ed, it wasn't any problem at all. So I'm not going to be able to get all of the 2023 on there. Well, I guess I'm going to have to cut it out and then decoupage it. I could decoupage it. Had a driver, but he was not an ED. He was Rick. Rick taught Teresa how to drive. There you go. Best teacher in the world. A guy. Yeah, my brother taught me how to do the stick shift. I picked up my car and I didn't know how to use it. So I had my brother drive it home for me. And one of the cars I bought and it was a 5-speed. And so he took me out to the park and he says, okay, he says, here's where we're going to learn. And so I knew how to, kind of get into second gear and third gear and get going, Once I get going, it was no problem. I just didn't understand when to push the clutch. So he took me down this hill, and it was a dead man's curve. And we went down okay, no problem, riding the brakes. We turned around and went back up. He said, and he stopped me right in the middle of the dead man's curve. And he says, and I said, now what? And he says, now go. And he says, and I said, he says, you have to go. And he made me learn the clutch right then and there. There was no other lessons. And he had to grit his teeth a couple of times when I grinded it a couple of times, but it worked. It worked, and I learned how to drive a 5-speed, and I love that little car. I drove the wheels off of it. Okay, so I'm going to glue this down now, and hopefully I'm going to be on target. So I've got a little spot over here that needs a little bit of mending.
Hey,
I'm sorry, I'm a little chatty Cathy right now.
work.
So I'm going to glue this down just like that. Oh, nope, there's a white spot right there. Let me adjust it. I think she's talking to the kids.
My husband just walked in
Okay.
from. He was in Jacksonville this week.
Did he have to stay all night?
Uh-huh. He ain't never at home except for on the weekend. It's been like that our whole marriage. It's probably why we're still married.
Well, goodness gracious. Joe worked swing shift, and he was always uh, gone a lot too. But he always, he was home with after 10 or 12 hours. He was home.
Yeah.
But
Nope.
he
Not
would work
mine.
doubles too.
Not mine.
All right, so that's what it's going to be. I'm going to finish gluing it down. And then I'm going to cut it apart and Mod Podge it.
When Scott first started with the railroad, he was at home because he didn't have enough seniority to take the jobs that travel and crap.
Yeah.
Now they won't let him sit still if he wants to.
They like him.
Telling you.
They knew he could work. They know he can do it.
Well, he just does whatever they tell him to and don't give
Yep.
him no lip, so
Well,
they don't have to worry whenever they send him off if he's going to get stuff done.
yeah, they can trust him. So there's the squirrel.
You're so confused by all these steps, Becca, because we tried it yesterday and it didn't flip and work.
What steps?
I'm doing it because I'm going to see how it looks whenever I put it back together.
Well, I'm gonna cut mine apart right now.
And I want to decorate the pieces, but I want to be able to put them back together.
Yeah, it's a puzzle.
What's so confusing?
I can't see where the puzzle is. I got it confused with the page on the back page. Okay. Now tomorrow, guys, I get to go on a play date. Angie is one of my new best friends. Lives down here close to where I live.
I used to be your best friend.
And she's invited me over to play and craft. So I'm going over to her house in the morning to play for a while. And I said, sure, I would love to do that. And then, we were gone all day yesterday until 4 o'clock. And we even had to stop at the flea market for
We
Joe.
did?
For Joe.
What did we buy?
You bought some clothes and food and veggies. And
Please.
then we stopped at Walmart on the way home last night. And I actually went into Walmart and did some shopping, which I haven't been in there probably for a year. It's been a while, hasn't it?
Yeah, a long time.
It's probably been longer than a year since I've been
2
into
years.
Walmart.
I hate
And
Walmart.
I've always sat in the car or something like that. But so this time I actually went into Walmart.
She really did well.
And I did very
surprised.
well. I was not. I said I need to go, like that, and he said, "Okay, let's go." So we left. But I did very well. I didn't have any episodes, and I think I figured out my dizzy problem.
Ooh, yeah. Cool.
I'm very, very pleased. I've, I'm taking a half of my water pill
Uh-oh.
instead of the whole.
Okay.
And I think it was my water pill
Drying
making
you
me, it was dehydrating me and making me dizzy when I
Mm.
got up. And it was, causing me to have dizzy spells. So all I have to do now is watch my feet to make sure that I don't blow up without my water pill. But if half of a pill will work, that'll be great. But if the half a pill doesn't work, then I might need to, like, every other day take a whole one, or something like that. I might have to tweak it a little bit. But I'm going to try half of a pill every day for a few days to see how well that works. And so far, I haven't been too dizzy. I still get a little bit when I bend over, but who doesn't? Right?
Right.
Joe
That's because
does.
you bent over.
Joe, well, no, I don't really.
I
But
just don't bend over. There you go.
my feet's hotter than firecracker right now. Like I've been walking the asphalt.
Well, take your shoes off and rest them a bit. So then today, about what? What time did you leave this morning?
This morning, I don't know, went back to bed twice.
You left the house at about 10 or 11 o'clock,
Well, how long does it take you to get your fingernails done? An hour?
45 minutes.
But it took me 2 hours to get my hair done.
So he left this morning about, 11:30. He didn't get home till just a few minutes ago, guys. Just a few minutes.
Yeah, and that was just
He went back to Walmart.
that was sheer luck.
He had to
that I
go
got
back to
home that
Walmart
early.
again. Bless his little pea picking heart.
Now turn around and let her see if she likes my hairdo.
I like your hair, dear.
Not you.
All right.
Dang.
Oh, yes, it's snazzy.
Isn't he sweet?
Hi, ladies.
It's
So
snazzy.
I'm gonna give you a Betty look. Rolling eyes over.
He's a keeper, guys. I'm telling you, he is.
The
But
guy asked me, he says, "Are you trying to get your money's worth?" And I said, "What?" He says, "It's been 2 months since you've been here." I said, "Well, let me ask you a question. Have you raised the price?" Still costs $15.
Oh my God. My son went and got his hair cut the other day and he used my card. And then I look at the charge, $48.
What?
I said, what the what? I said, how much did you tip this dude?
Well,
I
she
about
got a
fell out.
warning, sis.
I about fell out.
Oh my, it's a lot. That's,
Yeah, it
Well,
is.
are you serious? He didn't buy any product?
No, he didn't buy nothing. That was it.
and where you live at?
Winter Haven.
We need to come down where we're at. We're in the porcelain area.
I like to crap my drawers. I'm like, what?
I went.
Well, you need to designate him to a
I'll go in with him next time.
Oh,
or let Scott take him,
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
and he can go where he gets his hair cut.
Yeah.
To the barber shop, not the beauty shop.
Oh, this was the barber shop.
that's
Yeah, that's why I about fell out.
My goodness.
Did he get any cash back?
Nope.
Just checking.
Did you get a receipt?
I was like, oh my gosh, nope.
Well, let me tell you, the secret is checking for receipts on when they got it done to make sure there was no cash back.
Because Walmart gives cash back.
Yeah, no, they didn't.
And you know what? If you don't have your 4-digit code number, it's okay. We'll just push green and it'll go through.
Uh-huh.
I said, oh yeah. No, we don't do that. Mine don't do that. Mine, if you ain't got the right numbers, it don't work.
They'll do it as a charge.
Well, Beth doesn't know what I got in the car, but
What?
Something's going on.
there's two four spring the one the front yard bush that comes up. It's got the four stumps.
English, Joe. English.
I don't know what it's called.
You brought
Is it a palm tree?
Yeah, it's a big plant, and
It's a palm tree.
Yeah, it's like a palm tree,
but it's not a palm tree.
but it's three palm trees nested in one
You got 3 trees in a pot.
in a pot.
Okay. Yeah, and they're hooked together,
the
right?
bushes we got out front.
No bigger. Yeah, just like
And it's hooked together, right?
It's all hooked together. We got one.
Oh, well, that's a pain in the butt because whenever you go to clip that thing, you're not going to love it.
Oh,
Well,
it's
we got
sharp.
one, honey.
Yeah, it's sharp.
We
Yeah.
got one it's 6 foot.
I've had a bird nest
7
in
foot
mine.
I hate them things. We actually cut part of ours down because it rotted, and there's one stick sticking up, and I'm like, cut that sucker down.
Those are the ones you want to put in front of your windows so nobody
Yeah.
will be peeping your windows on you.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm cutting it apart now, okay, and I'm gluing it down the rest of the
We'll
way
let you get down to business.
on my pieces. And then I'm going to Mod Podge them all. I'm going to glue them all down again. And then you can put them all, after they dry, you can put them all together like a piece of puzzle. So, Rebecca, does that help?
Oh, hi, Rebecca.
Yeah, did he get a facial done?
No.
Did he get,
No, he has, he has sensory overload, so no, he wouldn't have got a facial.
well, what kind of a haircut would cost $40?
I'm going to ask the dude whenever we go back. You can believe that.
He didn't have an account there, where he had it done before and put it on account or something.
No.
Just curious. Yeah.
Mm-mm.
I mean, I don't know why else it would happen.
I don't know why it was that expensive either, but I about crapped. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'll ask him though whenever I go back.
There has to be something that people can do so that other people don't take advantage of you.
Yeah.
There's got to be some kind of an ID card or something, Of course, he's got his driver's license, right?
Yeah.
But there has to be something that,
Well, and he's a teenager, probably didn't pay attention. Who knows?
well, I mean, I'm sure he put, he washed his hair. That's always extra. And you want him to wash your hair. And then he probably got the extra cream rinse, which He probably got the, there was probably a $10 special, cream rinse that he requested and
I
got.
doubt it. He probably didn't even get a hair wash. I know he didn't. I'm like, who knows? He probably didn't watch, and he probably let the dude put the tip on there. That's my guess.
So it was like a $20 cut with a $20 tip.
Mm-hmm. I told Gage to do $5 tip, but who knows? What, Scotty? Do you like the countertops? Huh?
Yeah.
They put my countertops in today.
Yay! How's it look?
Good. Good so far.
Do you have any pictures?
I didn't take any yet, because I don't have my backsplash up and junk.
Okay.
And they have to, he has to come and put my hood up,
Yeah.
all that stuff. These aren't perfect, but they'll be all right.
It's a little bit fiddly, but I'm doing it. Well, that piece came off, so that's okay. I can cut around there and there. Makes it easier to cut
Yeah, I
out.
didn't want to try to do that again.
Well, my puzzle came off in my magazine
Uh-oh.
picture, so I'm just cutting it out now. I didn't glue it real hard with this. I just sort of tacked it on with the glue stick,
Mm-hmm.
and then I'm gluing it down again when I get them apart, so that it gives a little bit.
So, I told you that Scott's friend has cancer. Well,
Yeah.
today, one of our other friends got killed in a car accident.
Oh no.
I know, it sucks. It's not like a close friend, but somebody that we know.
Oh, so sorry to hear that.
I know. He got hit by a semi. Or a semi ran a red light, and he hit the semi.
He was in his car.
He was in his work van. He works for the school board. So he was in his work van, and the whole front of that van is just smashed to smithereens.
Was he on the job?
Yeah. Yep.
So there should be something.
I'm sure there will be, and
Coverage.
plus
A lot
he
of coverage.
well, and he the semi driver, they have to carry $1 million policy.
Yeah. Oh, that is so sad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got another piece done.
Oh, my fingers are gluey. So this morning, I told you that if Dustin wants to go to school, he goes to school. If he don't, he don't. Well, he didn't go today.
You can't do that. He's got to go to school. It's a law.
Well, I'm not fighting with him and I'm not arguing with him. And if he fails, he fails.
But he
If the
has.
truant, if the truant officer comes to my door, I'll deal with it then. I'm like,
Well, the thing of it is they can penalize you.
I know. I mean, I don't know what they're going to do.
Well, how did Dustin? How come Dustin doesn't go to school?
Because we just found out that he's lactose intolerant. And at school, all they serve basically is milk and juice. So he drinks his milk because he's thirsty. And if they go into the lunchroom, they won't let him come back out. And outside is where the water
Fountain.
machine is. No, if they want water, they have to buy water.
That's silly.
Yeah, it is.
Water should be free.
Uh-huh.
But you should be able to bypass all of that problem as a
Yeah.
mother.
Yep. So,
I mean, I would think that you would have certain rights, right?
yeah. I mean, I'm not going to fight with him about it anymore.
Right.
I'm tired of it. Gage was a jerk to me this afternoon and yelled and screamed at me, and I was
That's
like,
why he wants to quit, is because his brother quit.
mm-hmm. I'm like, go ahead and yell and scream at me. Go ahead. I said, your mom's had enough this week. I said, it might not be in your best interest to do it today. Because I've had enough. Get on
Okay. What's everybody doing in the chat room? Janet's going to bed. Good night, Janet.
Night.
Brenda, enjoy your dinner. There's Margaret. Homeschool, yeah. I think she's done some homeschooling, Margaret.
Yes, we have.
Are done. Okay, Brenda.
Well, he had to homeschool part of middle school.
Teresa's making some die cuts. Oh.
Oh, hold on a second. Let me see who's here. Give me just.
I am. This is like fussy cutting, trying to cut a puzzle piece out. And I'm using a cutting mat, and it's supposed to be what they call a self-healing cutting mat. It's supposed to, I don't know how it self-heals, but you're supposed to be able to cut on it. So let's see how that one did. There we go. Let's glue that one on here. Hope I could do it the right way. Oops, don't know. They look right. Both ways look right. So is it this way? Or that away? I think it's this way. That would be terrible if I glued it on backwards, because it matches the piece either way. So, let me see. Tuesday, if you all were here Tuesday, Dana showed us how to make an envelope book. And I happen to have mine right here. And she wanted to do this for a trade for next month, for April. So we've showed it once, and we'll probably go over it again and do it again. But this is 3 little envelopes, security envelopes, like this. Just this size. You can use any kind of envelopes as long as the 3 are the same size. Okay. If you have any envelopes that are like this in your bills, and see, we get these with our statements, but then he pays them online, so we get to keep the envelopes, right? But as long as you have 3 of the same size, you can use 3 same size envelopes. Okay. So that's what I did here. And I put them together. I put these 2 together this way. And then this one, I just laid it on the back of the first one like this. But when you put your envelopes together, you do not want to put them joint to joint, straight joint to joint right there. Nope, you don't. When you glue your envelopes together, you want to pull it out just a tad. Just a tad. You want to pull it out. I'm talking a centimeter, maybe 1 centimeter. I pulled it out 1 centimeter so that way when it folds, you'll be able to put some bulk in here and it's not going to rip. Okay. So that was the whole idea of pulling it. Instead of putting it together this close, I pulled it away and had it that close. Okay, so I left a little bit of space in between. Okay, that way when you fold your envelope, you're going to have room to fold some items in the pockets without ripping the edges, without ripping the seams. So that's all we did. That's all I did, and I used a napkin for this side, and I took a piece of a piece of stationery. Now you can use anything you want to decorate your book with. I had a piece of stationery that was similar to this one, and I just laid it down like this, divided it into 3 pieces, and then I cut this edge off. Okay, and then I had 3 pieces, one for here, here, and here, and then I had to make this little diamond thing here. And what I did was I cut the middle right here, and I folded those down inside, down into here and here and here and here. So that's how I glued my pages together, and it has a really good feel to it. Okay, so the next thing I want to do is probably cover this up and this up, this diamond up, and this half a diamond. And I haven't done that yet, but there's the start of my pocket, in my envelope pocket. And what we're going to do is everybody make one, and then we're going to mail these to each other at the end of this month. Okay, so we got a month or the rest of this month to finish this up. I've got 2 weeks, 3 weeks to make this. I will probably make another one, and have maybe 2. And I can either keep one and mail one, or I can mail both of them, in trade. And I love the napkin. And I did take my high gloss Duraclear, and I painted this whole side with it. So it's kind of the paper napkin's not going to tear. So So that's what I've done so far on my pocket. And I will be putting some things inside here, here and here. And you may have another little design about your envelope pocket. If you have another design that's similar to this, it's perfectly fine. Brenda notified me earlier today and showed me hers, and I think I posted it in the group. So, uh, you know, there is a variety of things that you can do, and there's some tips about if you have any of these envelopes that have this sticky stuff on it, or a gummy part that gums that.
Beth, give me a few minutes. I'll be back.
Okay, honey.
Sorry.
So you might have to cover that up with another piece of paper, to get rid of that sticky part. Okay, and then when you put it inside something, it's not going to stick these two together. So you might have to do some adjustments to your envelopes, whatever it takes to do. But there's the start of my envelope pocket. So everybody needs to get started on them. Teresa said, I sent MIN to you as requested. Oh, mine. She Teresa made one, and I said I thought she was going to send it to me, but she is going to send it to me. But it's for the trade. So I probably will not covet if it's real cute. I probably will pass it on to one of you girls, because you guys deserve, some nice things, and if Teresa made one super, super nice, I'm sure it would be an honor to pass it on. So, but we will draw names again the way I usually do the names. I'll take everybody's name down who wants to participate, and I've already got a few started. And Brenda's in it, and Teresa's in it. I'm in it. Dana's in it, and so I hope there are going to be some more of you to sign up for this too. So it's a lot of fun, and it's a challenge for me to do it really pretty. And now Dana's, she did all hers with scrapbooking papers, and uh, she is a scrapbooking person. She used to do scrapbooking for all the time before crafting, and she's very good at measuring and layering and stuff like that. And she has papers that are color coordinated and things like that. And I just used a napkin and a piece of stationery. That's all I used. Now the next one I make, I think I'm going to use cardstock. And another trick is, if you have an envelope that's made out of cardstock, I recommend those. But they have to be 3 alike envelopes. And then you have to have another envelope to mail it to your partner. Like, this might not fit very well in this envelope to mail, but then again, it might. And if it fits in an envelope like this, or a, a different kind of envelope, you might have a card envelope, like a greeting card envelope. You might use that. Let's see what I got over here. Here's another envelope, a business envelope, and it's a little bit bigger. And this would fit in there. This one's bigger than this one. So you have to have another envelope, a little bit bigger, to mail it to your partner. And if you have to, you could always use, one of these golden envelopes, and you could put your pocket in there. So whatever it takes to mail it to your partner is what you need to do. So these envelopes would be a good choice. So anyway, I'm going back to my puzzle. Got off on a little rabbit trail there, but we did that last Tuesday. If you want to watch Tuesday, mulberry paper would be excellent, Margaret. Tanya Smith, Okay, yes, you can do it. International is accepted. I have a few people in my group, Tanya, that don't mind international. And I'm one of them. I will pay the extra postage to send it international. And that requires an international stamp, which is a round stamp. If it's under 1 ounce, it'll go through the mail just fine. And I use a scale to weigh my envelopes. So if I put my envelope on here, say I got it ready to mail, what'd I do with it? I don't see it. Oh, here it is. So and I'm going to put some things, Happy Mail, in my pockets, and I could even put a little notepad here, and you could have to write journal or write a grocery list. Put some coupons in here. Put this in your purse. Perfect. But if I mail this with a little bit of Happy Mail in there as well, because you know me, I've got to have a little bit of Happy Mail. Then I measure on my scale. Right now, I'm at 0.70. I'm not even up to an ounce yet. So by the time I get my other little toys or my other little ephemera pieces in here, it might be 1 ounce. And if it's 1 ounce, I can use one stamp to mail it. And that would be international or USA stamp. 1 ounce. If you're over an ounce, international, you have to use 2 round stamps. Now, if you're in the States and it's over 1 ounce, you can use an added postage stamp, which is a little bit less. It's about half the price of a regular postage stamp. It's a little bit tricky, but I'll be glad to help you all out with that. Or you can take it into your postal man and they can weigh it and do all that measuring for you. So, Annette says, thanks for the post I get today. Okay, you'll have to explain. Yes, the post office will do it for you without any problems. So anyway, I'm making this puzzle piece, and I glued a little something on the back side, and I'm cutting the puzzles apart, and it's going to be a double-sided puzzle, okay? So this is going to be used for some Happy Mail to somebody that needs a little bit of happiness. And it could be for any age, as far as I'm concerned. Any age, anybody, everybody likes Happy Mail. So if y'all have any more questions, let me know. Be glad to help you out. And what else can I tell you? I'm getting ready to do some polymer clay work with Rebecca as soon as she gets a little bit better and feeling up to it. And I think that's the split. Over here. Okay. There's another slot here. So I have to cut this apart, and it's a little tricky. And I'm using an X-Acto knife, and I'm being careful with it. I have to go down in between the puzzle piece to get to the paper on the back side. and it's hitting the cardboard, so it doesn't exactly cut very nice. It's not friendly. So if my paper comes off of the piece, or my puzzle comes off the paper, I can cut around it this way, like that. And then I can glue it back down onto the puzzle piece. And I don't know why we're doing this. Dana decided that she wanted to alter a puzzle. So that's what we're doing. And she had an idea of decoupaging on the puzzle, and we did that yesterday on Dana's channel. If you want to watch the rerun, and it was quite comical, to say the least. It was quite comical because neither one of us knew what we were doing, and we'd never done it before. So, uh, yes, Teresa, I noticed that Teresa is sending me my Happy Mail, and I'll take care of that, Teresa. Don't you fret none. But we decoupaged this puzzle, and I didn't do it on the opposite side, but the decoupage should have been on the back side, not the front side. And so I covered up the squirrel. So I tried to draw the squirrel, and I thought, well, maybe I'll just get my sketchbook out, and so I drawed the squirrel in my sketchbook, and this is what I went by, this guy here, and there's another one on the back, and so I drawed, little Freddie over here, and we sort of said, this is going to slide off into the sunset probably, and I don't really have any desire to keep that, even though it's kind of funny, but it's one of our fails. Yeah, we failed. Thank you, Joni. And so tonight, since Rebecca was feeling a little under the weather, I said, well, you, Dana, we'll try it again tonight, and we'll go round two. So that's why we were here together tonight. Tracy says, I ain't a fretting. I'm just saying, be careful, because my envelope journal was heavy. Yes, you don't have to put a lot of ephemera inside. Yes. And the material that she used for her envelope was heavy as well. And she ran it through the embossing thing on the, she embossed the envelope. Yes. And so she made two. But I think she's, anyway, yeah. Thank you, Teresa. Hi, Mary. There she is. Rebecca's watching. So anyway, this is a goofing off. We're just goofing off. That's all I can say. So this one needs some more glue. And, it's fun to do something different every now and then. Just to say, oh, I've done that before. We can say, oh, we've done that before. Yeah. So, did you see the diamond painting I posted today? Teresa, oh, the Christmas one. Oh, that was a diamond painting? Okay, yes, I did see that. And I was going to tell you, who did that? Did you do that? Or did somebody do that? She posted a picture. Was it in Facebook or was it in my messenger? If you ever get the nerve to do a diamond painting, it's going to be one like that. Um, Teresa, Cheryl sent me a picture and a video of a lady. She put it in the group. I swear I saw it. Okay. And she posted me a picture, a video, and this lady took her diamond painting and put it on the front of a journal of her book. And I said, perfect. That's what I'll do with mine. Because I know that I'm not going to hang it on the wall. I don't think I'm going to hang my diamond painting on the wall. It's a beach theme, and I live down here in Florida, but I really don't think I want to hang it on the wall and frame it. I'm not one to frame puzzles and put them on the wall. But some people like doing that, and I think that's great. And who was it? I was talking to somebody in Lisa's group on her channel just a little bit ago, and they said that, I guess it was a relative, a couple of relatives of hers, and they did puzzles together and stuff, and they framed them, and they're all over their house. They love to do puzzles. And I thought, well, that's cute. If that'd be great. But I'm not one to put puzzles on the wall, frame them. And I've seen them do it in nursing homes and stuff. And some of the pictures, you can get pictures in the puzzles that are like photogenic quality, really cool pictures of on the puzzles and all. But and I've had people that done puzzles before, and they were like really, really proud to do them. But we've always done puzzles, and then we always put them back in the box, because we do every January, right after Christmas, my mom would put up a puzzle table in the living room, a card table, and she would leave it up for a couple of months. And we would sit in there and do puzzles and work puzzles. And when we finished one puzzle, we would take it apart, put it back in the box, and get another puzzle. And we would just work them as like a hobby, like reading a book. It's like reading a book again. We would work a puzzle again. And I wish I had kept them now, but I didn't. When I was married to Joe, I had a whole bunch of Kodak puzzles in my possession, and we never worked any puzzles because Joe was not a puzzle worker, and we never did puzzles. And so I got rid of them all. And I said, well, I'll never do it again, because Joe doesn't like to do that kind of thing. But I wished I'd kept them, because they were Kodak. They were very nice photogenic puzzles pieces. But you can still find them at secondhand stores sometimes. But I had quite a collection of puzzles. We like to do puzzles. But my mom always had a puzzle table up. Yeah, that was just a hobby that we did. Okay, I got 2 off. Let's try this one. It's going a little bit faster now that I know what I'm doing. So anyway, as soon as Becca gets feeling better, I want to do a unit of polymer clay and do bead making, and to go on another little rabbit trail. I will be glad to do that as soon as I finish this piece. I got a book I want to show you, and I want Becca to see it too. Let me glue these down real quick before they get too far away. And this glue stick is just temporary. I'm going to Mod Podge over top of them. But I've got this fantastic bead book that it's for polymer clay, and it shows all kinds of techniques. It shows different equipment, things that you can use in your craft, and it talks about how to bake, and it talks about uh, different types of clay, uh, and then it has all kinds of sections on pieces of beads that you can make. It's all beads. It's all about the beads, and it has some jewelry in it. And um, and then at the end, the latter few pages, you can do things like how to make it look like stone. Hi, Joy. You could make it look like abalone, or you can make it look like turquoise or stone or wood, a wood tone look. And it shows you how to do those techniques. Okay, let me put those right there. And I'm going to show you the bead book. I want y'all to see it, because this is what we're going to get ready to do. I hope that there's something in here for Becca to enjoy as well. Um, um, this is the book, and I've had this book for quite a while. It says, I think it was 2007. It's a possibility that I bought this around that time. I bought this book at Hobby Lobby, and it would be a book that if you would want to buy, I would try to find a used book at one of a used bookstore perhaps. And it's making polymer clay beads, step-by-step techniques for creating beautiful ornamental beads. Okay, and it's by Carol Blackburn. Carol Blackburn. If you're interested in this book, uh, if I didn't have this book, I would want to buy this book. If I like to do polymer clay, and I've also got some polymer clay things I'm going to do with molds as well. I've got these molds just for the polymer clay, but I've been using these also with tissue paper. But that's another rabbit trail. But in this book, it talks about materials, things that you would use with polymer clay. It talks about, I'm interested in the translucent clay. I don't have any of it yet. And I'm also interested in the liquid clay, but I don't have any of that either. But I do have embossing powders. It talks about clay softeners. I don't have any of that, but I don't think I need any at this point. And it talks about using acrylic paints, mica powders. I've got that. I've got paint. And then it talks about sealing your clay, and you need some type of varnish to seal your clay. I have a box of things that I've made with polymer clay probably 15 years ago, and I don't know if I threw them away or if I still have them. I'll have to look. But they turned out real gummy and gooey and icky. But I didn't know that I should seal them. I didn't have any clue, and that's why they didn't make the age. They didn't last. So, but anyway, it talks about things that you could put in the clay and on top of the clay. And then it talked about different type of tools that you can use. You can use your graters from the kitchen. They've got these little tiny food processors you can use. Styling, embossing balls, which we use in our art. We got electrical crafts, tools and drills. We've got hand piercing tools and files and blades, X-Acto knives. there's lots of little tools and things that we can use with our clay. And I love looking at each one of those and seeing, what I have that I can use. And then it talks about conditioning your clay and how to condition your clay. I think I skipped a page. And this talks about the pasta machine, and then the tools that you use to roll and mark with your tools. It talks about having a heat gun. It talks about the oven and the timer and the heating thermometer in your oven. It talks about lots of different things to use with processing your materials. And then we go into conditioning, a little bit how to condition your clay, how to bake your clay, uh, how to place your clay on a tray using the thermometer and everything like that. It talks about that. Then it talks about how to actually making logs and snakes and sheets. And logs and snakes or sheets are definitely are things that we are going to be definitely doing with Becca. Uh, so these are going to be really cool techniques to learn, and I will be showing you all of these. And then we got mixing, and you can do all kinds of things with mixing your clay, making it look like marble, um, making it look candy striped. There's lots of different things that you can do with that as well. I had a little bit of a problem the other day with some water, and I spilled water on my book. But then we go with blending and stacking your clay and doing different techniques with that. We might be this. Some of this is with blending and how and the color mixing and the making rolling sheets. We're going to do some of this too. Okay, you've got two pieces of clay, yellow and red, and then when you pass it through the the pasta machine over and over and over, you end up getting a psychedelic tie-dye of yellow, orange, and red, where these two middle lines have mixed. Okay, that's how you get that, and we will be doing some of that. And then we go into different designings, and this is a little bit more advanced, but we're going to start with the beginner things, easy things that I think are easy, that I know already how to do. I spilt water on my book, and I'm afraid I've ruined a couple of pages, and there's nothing I can do about that. So this book is well loved. But there's lots of ways that we can look and do things. And this is a simple cane. Okay, right here is a simple caning. We are going to be doing some caning. Hi, Purple. Hello, welcome. This is a simple caning, and we will be doing these beginner canings, and I will show you how to do that. And Rebecca is not into canes, but she's never seen me at work. So maybe, I can show her how easy this is to do and how we can get a beautiful bead like that. It might be something she's interested in or not. We will be also making plain beads, and but we might do something like this. And I do have tiny cookie cutters where we can do little flowers and things and make flower beads. And you want to try to make flowers with canes, I can help you do that. I've done that before. So we're going to do that, and it's going to be fun, and you'll see how easy it's going to be. And we might do the spiral one, and then what happens is you do the big roll of it. You do a big fat roll of it like this, big like this, and then you roll it like a snake until it gets down to this size, all the way down to this thin. Okay, then that's when you cut them apart and stack them together, and you'll get something like, well, you'll eventually get something like this, similar to these. But we can do different designs, and I can help you do those designs. See, this has got 3 canes put together. There's 3 canes in here, but we have to make the first cane first. And the first cane will end up being stacked like this with multiples together. And then after you stack it together, then you get the kaleidoscope effect. And it's super, super. Once we get started, you'll see. Yeah, and you'll see. Yeah, I'll help you do the kaleidoscope things. And then we could do the triangle. You can do a triangle, or then you can add more canes together. And see, this has got 4 of the canes. This one has 3 of the canes. And then there's 4 of the canes. And then there's 5 of the canes, 6 of the canes. And then you get that kaleidoscope effect. And that's where the fun is. That's fun. That's fun. All of that stuff. And yeah, kaleidoscope cane. That's what they call it. Imagine that. I made that up. So then we're going to get into some molding. Okay. And I want to do some molding techniques. And I've got some molds, and I'm using some of my embossing molds. So some of your embossing molds will come in handy, Becca, to get those out. Just generic embossing molds. It doesn't matter how big they are. Get your embossing dies out. We want a couple of those, and that's how this turned out. They were embossed in the clay, and then you cut the clay in your favorite design, whether it's in a circle, or I got a cookie cutter. You could use you can use a lid, like something like this. You could use to cut your clay with, something with a thin edge on it, like a lid. This is a glue lid. So that would be a good tool to use in your clay. And then these beads are what I call necklaces, for necklaces. And they've used the embossings, and made just a rectangle, and they've attached it to their necklace. So, and then you can use your embossing powders and your Inca golds and your acrylic paints to decorate them with. So this would be good. You can even use an old chain, if you have a chain in your old jewelry, to press into your clay to make a wonderful design. So old jewelry is good to have around. And this book, like I said, I'm only on page 38 of this book. I'm not even halfway through it, and I'm already excited. So that's why I love this book. I will always have this book. And then we're going to make some round ball, just a variety of sizing beads. I want to do some sizing beads. So I've already talked about 3 or 4 things I want to do and make already. And I have a bead roller. I want to show you my bead roller. I know I'm off on a rabbit trail. Oh, here comes Dana. Here's Dana. Hi, Dana.
Hey, I've been here for about 15 minutes.
Sorry.
It's okay. My contractor came and had to check some stuff.
Okay. Good. I didn't know what it was. I thought maybe the boys were acting up again.
No,
here's some things that I made. I've made before. I'm going to show you those too, but I want to show you this one thing.
I made some clay stuff before, but I don't know where I put it.
And this clay came from Walmart. And this clay, I don't know where this came from. It might have come from Walmart, and it's never been opened. So I'll have to really work at it to get it soft again. But you can get it soft. And I'm sure that since this is wrapped up, and then I kept it in the plastic, it's soft. And then there's some more clay in there in that little foil. But this is what you call a bead roller. And it stacks up on top of each other. And you can take your bead. I have to figure out how to do it. And you put your little ball of roll your ball up by hand and put it in one of these shapes. These are shapes. This is an oval, a diamond, and a round. And you put your ball in there, and you put the top on it. Oh, I'll have to figure out how to do it. And then you roll it back and forth. I think it's like that or like this. Oh no, there's a slot. So there's a little slot right here. That right here's a slot, and here's the top other end, and you put that slot together, and you roll it back and forth, and it rolls your bead for you exactly that size. The round one, the oval, and the the diamond. It's like a well, we'll have to do it to show. It shows a diamond, but you roll it back and forth. So I think this is a good thing. I haven't used it forever, so it's been a while. But here's some jewelry that I've made, and this was very amateur. Now these turned out good, and I've got some marbled clay that I made the clay, and I did not put any varnish on this, but this is uh, a matching set, and I used cordage, and I baked it with a jump ring on the edge of this circle. There's a jump ring, and then I baked it. And this is some more clay in the middle, and then on this side there's a star. So this is like a juvenile jewelry, something for kids would wear. A kid would wear it. I'm not sure. I might wear something like this, depending on where I was going. I would wear this to church, and they go together. Okay, the bracelet and the necklace. And I don't know what I was doing with them. It's not like I was selling them or anything, but I had a set. I was I was my first time playing with the clay, so I don't know what I was going to do with it, but I had it. Okay, I had it. So there was one set, and that one survived. And then these were some more crosses that I did, and they've got a jump ring in there, and I was able to put just a regular jump ring uh, in these and bake them in the oven. And these had two little, these are the little they're beads, little plastic beads pushed in and baked. And they had some kind of marbly effect. And this one has a marble effect and then a candy stripe on the outside of it. And then I made something like this, and I made one of these and gave it to my mom, and she put it on her key ring. I wonder whatever happened to it. So this was another candy stripe, and we will be doing these. And it was baked, and it lasted. It's lasted the years. It's dry. It was baked enough. It baked the heart. I did not seal this, and it worked out fine. So that was pretty cool. And here's some more bracelets, and I did a set of bracelets, and then I uh, put them together, and then I put little rings around them to hold them together. So I was being real creative here, and I think this one is cracked, so this one broke, so it won't stay on there. Or I could glue it. Maybe I glued them. I might have cut them and put them to get back together and glued them with super glue, and you could do that too. But it was just something silly that I made up. Something silly. And I love the red and white candy cane. But these were some things that I made years ago. And there's some more clay, and it's still soft. It's wrapped up in plastic and in a baggie, and it's still soft. So your clay doesn't go bad unless it's real, real hard. So anyway, there's another necklace down here and stuff. But that's just some of the stuff that I used to do. But I like the bead maker roller, and this was Hobby Lobby, and this was Walmart. So those are some of the things I will be getting out when we get ready to do the clay. And I'm not even halfway through the book yet, so there's so much more left to go through. But I want to go ahead and get to our puzzle and finish my puzzle that I started.
Are
Because
you gonna let me do clay too?
huh?
Are you gonna let me do clay too?
Yeah, absolutely. Go to
I don't have a ton
Walmart.
of colors anymore, but I have enough to do stuff with.
Okay, well you can make a few beads. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
just going to do beads and maybe make a cane. Learn how to make a cane.
Yeah.
And you don't have to have a pasta machine.
I got one.
Bless your heart. You're definitely doing it with us.
And you should see
Okay.
my
But you
drawer
but
with
you
tools in
do
it.
need you can use if you've got any knitting needles, and I think
got-
Rebecca
yeah.
does, you could lay 2 knitting needles down and use a dowel rod for your rolling pin,
I got a
okay,
rolling pin.
to make a sheet, to do a sheet. So we can work with whatever items that you have.
I
You
got some
can
of
use
this.
two pencils. Lay
I
them
got liquid
down,
clay.
put your clay here, and then you have another rolling device to roll your clay out on.
I
And
got these thingamajiggers.
huh?
I got these things.
Oh, little pokey too. Okay, mark making things. Okay,
Yeah. I got lots of stuff.
okay. So and it's called a bicone. Thank you, Joe. That's right. It's called a bicone. And I knew I was close. I could see the bead. Uh, I think this is the bead here. Something like that. It's a bicone. And it showed you how to do different shapes and stuff. But this book is so cool. It talks about different type of beads. Like we could make bronze beads. We can do coral beads, amber beads, ivory bone beads, marble vein beads, and wood looking beads, and jade. We could do artificial jade, and it shows you how to make all the little imperfections in the jade. Thank you, Joe. And we could do mother of pearl beads. We can make silver beads, and designing with beads are in the back, and how to put them together, and how to make a few samples of shells, and psychedelic and Indian looking, and you can make your own style of beads. Rainbow beads. These are wood with eagle stickers on them, and then you would gloss over top of them. And you could do fruit beads. You could do purple beads. Every kind. Look at all these beads we could make. It we could even make a bead and put a napkin on it. It's not just limited to what they have in this book. We can do other things. And look at these striped beads. Those are pretty. These are monotone, just black and white. And then look at this big old bead. I'm telling you, there's lots of things we can do. Pretty things. So, and then there's the index. The end. That this book is a good book. Um, and it's a good reference book. It's easy to read, easy to go back and look at, and find out what you need, all kinds of stuff. So Dane is going to do it with us.
Oh, you'll need a cutter thing to cut your clay with.
Yep, you need a razor blade. and I don't have a razor blade that I use, or at least I don't know where it is. If I do, I might have to order some more tools. And I don't know where my roller is. Um,
You can use cookie cutters.
yeah, you can use. I've got cookie cutters now. My cookie cutters. The only thing about my cookie cutters is they're rusted. They are all rusted up.
Well, you might as well just save those and make it primitive decorations.
Well, I could still use the shapes. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I'm a diehard. Let's see if I could get this back on there. Where did it go? It must have went there. Oh, it goes on the other side.
Mine ain't perfect, but they're okay.
But we can make do with what we've got. Um,
Yeah, I only have like 6 colors, I think. But
six colors.
I might
That's
go
more
with
than
a
enough.
couple.
It's more than enough to make some fun with. And and I think that clay that I got from Walmart, I think it's only about $10, or it used to be. I don't know how
I
much it
got
is
one
now.
of these. I don't know what it's called though.
Oh, that's like a clay working carving tool. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, yeah. So anyway, I hope that Becca's getting excited about it. She probably went straight over to Amazon. She's on Amazon right now.
Maybe
Order
not. They just got back from their cruise, so
where she's
maybe
been
not.
sick in bed since
I know.
Sunday or whatever.
Sucks.
So I'm sure I don't know what she needs to do this week.
That sucks to get sick on vacation though.
Oh, absolutely. I just can't imagine.
Oh, come
Got to come home to get rest.
on. Hmm.
Okay, that one goes there.
So they put my countertops in, and then Monday the guy will be here to finish up putting my cabinets up because I've got one that's down still, and then he'll put my hood range thing up, and they're gonna have a company come and put in a vent thing, and aside from that, they have to do
Are we
tile.
talking? Are we talking like a week?
We're talking probably 2 weeks because they've got to do tile. They got to, the electrician's got to come out. The guy, the finisher person that is going to finish up the molding and junk is going to come out. I don't know.
Okay.
All that stuff.
Well, That sounds promising.
Yeah, it's getting closer. There's, there's just, it's the little stuff that adds up now, that has to be done.
Yeah. And some of it can't be done until the other people inspections come.
Exactly.
So it backlogs.
He's he likes my kitchen so much. He's gonna pay a photographer to come in and take pictures.
Oh wow.
Hmm.
Well, that sounds like kudos for you for making such good decisions. Good
Well,
style.
and
Good tastefully done.
yeah,
Maybe you'll be in a magazine.
yeah, doubt it.
Well, if a photographer,
I don't know. We'll see.
yeah. I mean, I'm sure he's up for business to sell his pictures to a magazine.
Maybe.
Okay, I've got them all cut apart. I'm just gluing them down now. I'm finishing up.
I know. I'm trying to get mine trimmed up.
I think once I put the Mod Podge on or the top layers of glue, it'll seal the edges enough to. I might have to take a little nail file to the edges.
Yeah, that's what
But
I've done.
maybe. We'll see. We'll see. So, yes, she was on Amazon.
That's gonna get you in trouble.
I'm sorry. I enabled somebody. Woohoo! But I don't have a blade. I was just going to use my Dollar Tree Exacto knife. You know.
Yeah, but that's hard, especially if you're gonna try to do canes.
Oh, I can cut this. I can cut this through a cane without a problem. I don't have a problem with a paring knife. I just can't do the straight down things, you know.
Yeah.
But I can do a cane. Yeah. Oh yeah.
If you can get a blade with a protector on the edge of it, it's much nicer.
Yes. That's probably what I'm going to go shopping for here in a little
Mine
bit.
don't have a good protector and it sucks.
And I don't have a one of those acrylic rollers.
Yeah,
You can, they're
I don't know if
slick.
I have one anymore either. I had one, but I don't see it. So I might have gotten rid of it because I think it cracked a little bit and
Okay.
the pieces were like poking me.
Okay. Let's put this puzzle together and see if we can do it. We'll mix them all up. I'm going to put the squirrel together. There's an eyeball. There's a cheek. There's his other cheek. Oh, that's his nose. He's got a wide forehead. There's his hair. There's something green. Does he have a bow tie on or something? Oh, that's a leaf. That's part of an acorn. Okay. No. Here's his other eye. See? Somebody's going to get this and they're going to not feel good. And then they're going to say, I wonder what it's got on there. And they're going to put it together. And they're going to be so excited. Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah, I might have to make a trip to Hobby Lobby tomorrow.
I need to.
since I'm gonna need to get a couple things for this new project.
Yep, it's a new project.
Well, and for that benefit that I'm gonna do, I gotta get some stuff to put a
Have you
basket.
decided what you're going to do?
I'm trying to hone down the dates first, and then whenever I get the date honed down, then I'm gonna try and get. We have a friend that plays in a band, and I'm gonna try to get him to sing and play, and then I'm gonna do baskets for raffles, and I think we're gonna do pulled pork, some sort of probably either mac and cheese or like a potato casserole or something,
Yeah,
and green beans.
you should have a white elephant table.
How would I
And
do that?
you know what a white elephant table is? Okay. You collect items, um, knickknacks from everybody,
Uh-huh.
and then you put them on a table, and you could either auction them off to the highest bidder,
Uh-huh.
because it's a donation, you're wanting donations, or
Uh-huh.
you could say your choice $5, or something. It's another way of. Some people will buy something knowing they have something in their hands, they'll get more money.
Yeah, true.
So here he is. Now here he is flipped over. Art Alive.
That turned out good.
And it's going to be high glossed.
I'm working on my
Yeah,
pieces.
it's like a silent auction. You can have a silent auction even.
Yeah. Yeah, there's I just gotta, I gotta be able to talk to people and,
Well, see,
get
that
stuff.
would be something you can delegate someone
Yeah.
to do the white elephant table.
Yeah. But
And
yeah.
when I high gloss each piece, it's going to be done separately. So if I do that, I can put that away. Get that
She's
out of
like
my
wanting to do this benefit like fast as possible, and I'm like, I can't do it that fast.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I got this kitchen crap going on.
Well, I mean, it wasn't.
And if I do it too fast, then people aren't going to know about it.
I think, yeah, you should give yours plenty of time to advertise it.
I mean, I'm thinking like mid-April, doing it
Yeah,
mid-April.
yeah. And you might do it like, I'm trying to think when Easter is.
Well, Easter is the 9th, I think, or something.
Do it
So,
after.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was thinking doing it like the 15th. I think it's the Saturday. I don't know. And then I thought we could have a yard sale even.
Well,
If
that's
people,
the same thing with the white elephant. What
White
you don't sell at the yard sale, you can have the white
Mhm.
elephant table.
Yep.
And say, you guys, everything on that elephant table has to go. Come
Yep.
on, get that tip jar over there full,
Mhm.
or something like that. Make it fun. And and you buy a white elephant, we'll give you a cupcake.
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah, I'm gonna have my sister's gonna help me some. Like she's really good at cooking and baking, so she'll help me with some of that.
because cupcakes are so easy, and they don't really cost anything. and
Yeah.
and if you like I said, the more you give away, the more they will want to participate, maybe.
You're welcome.
And the more you can delegate, the better. So I'm just going to take and put a little bit of this gloss on a couple of these pieces and just gloss them up. See how that goes. And this will help glue some of the edges down too. So now I don't know how long this project really took me to do. Uh, and you can buy these little puzzle pieces for like writing a letter, and then you write the letter on it put together, and then you mix it up and send it in the envelope, and then your participant gets to put the letter together to see what the letter reads. Like
Yeah.
Get Well or something. So I know you can buy these
Blanks.
blanks. I've seen them. Probably Hobby Lobby has them, but um, but I've seen them. And so, yeah. Oh, sometimes Teresa was talking about somebody will match the price of
Mhm.
something.
Yeah.
If you have somebody that donate is going to donate, say $100 or something, then you
Yeah.
could say, we have up to $100. If you buy whatever you buy at the White Elephant, it'll be matched by somebody,
Yeah.
somebody that's a big ticket person. That would be cute. Teresa was talking about that.
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely got some work to do.
And if you do gay, are you going to plan on games or anything?
Probably not. Just because I don't know how. I mean, like we might have a cornhole board set up or something.
And uh, and that would be another one that you could do to match. If you get a zero, if you get the bullseye, we'll match whatever you donate. To play.
Yeah.
So if someone plays for $10, say we'll match it or we'll double it or something. I don't know. Make up some crazy rule. You could have a cakewalk, and that way everybody has to pay $5 to play, and then somebody actually wins the cake.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got to get with Amy's cousin that's supposed to help me. We'll see.
And of course, if you know anybody that has any uh, dunking machines or party, you can rent part. I know you can rent things, and I know you probably don't want to rent too much because
Yeah.
you defeat the purpose of making money. Uh, but you might be able to make up a few games of your own. You could have
Well,
somebody pie in the face,
yeah.
whipped cream pies,
And there's probably a couple people that I could rope
and,
into doing that.
and you would put their face inside of a cardboard, so it wouldn't be all over them. It would just be over their face,
Yeah.
and have somebody famous,
Yeah.
like a realtor or somebody that's going to help you, and we always did stuff like that at church, and we always got the preacher, to sit up in the dunking machine.
Of course.
Everybody wanted to dunk the preacher. But we also had access to um, somebody that rented those party things, the dunking
Yeah.
machines and stuff, and
Yeah.
and they donated it to the church for our fundraiser.
Yeah.
And you might not get that, but I don't know how much is it to rent those bouncing machines.
Oh yeah, I need to find.
Probably about
Some,
$300 to $500, depends.
are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think it was that much.
Do you have any batteries?
What kind of batteries?
AA. The remote batteries.
No, I don't. Your dad asked your dad. He put some up somewhere. Trying to find AA batteries in my house is like pulling teeth
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
because the kids will take them out of this to run this, and next thing you know, you ain't got nothing with no batteries.
That's normal.
All right, I think I'm good with this. See if I can get them to go back together now.
Okay, I got them glossed. Let's make sure they're not glued down to the table.
I was worried about that too.
I'll move them around a little bit here. Make sure. So there's my puzzle piece. Altered puzzle piece. I think that's called a success.
I'm about to get mine.
I use this as my gloss. It's Duraclear clear. Get it, it's Deco Art, and then you get it from Walmart. High
Uh-huh.
gloss. You can also get matte. I don't know if you want high gloss or matte. I couldn't tell you. And Candy says, "Have a good night." Good night, Candy.
Night.
Oh, Tanya's going to do the envelope journal. Okay, Tanya. Woohoo!
I'll do a couple of them. All right, quit being a baby.
So, when are y'all doing clay? Well, I'm going to say maybe next week if Becca is up to par. I'm waiting on Becca to feel better. I was going to start it tonight. And this happened. So this was a lucky accident. Didn't we have fun?
I don't know about luck.
Now, you just decoupaged yours on the back, right?
Yes.
Are you going to put some words on it or something?
I'm
A
gonna put a
message?
bunch of stuff on it, yeah.
Or are you going to leave it all glued together? Or are you going to still let it be apart so you can use it as a puzzle too?
I don't know. I might just decorate them and send them on in a happy mail.
Um, so next week,
It ain't going together very good.
I'll touch bases with the polymer clay. And then after the polymer clay, I have full intentions of being in the garage working with clay. Now, if something comes up and I cannot get a signal out there and I can't get online out in the garage, I will be bringing some of it in here. I won't be able to throw. Well, I could film me. I could have Joe videotape me making a pot, and I can upload that to my group. It's probably the best way I know how to do it. Make a video of me throwing a pot. Um, if all else fails, and then I can bring my pieces in here and show them to you, and I can talk. I can still talk about how I process my projects. Because the first thing is the clay, and I have 3 different shades of clay. You can buy clay in all shades of color, and clay is nothing but dirt. Okay, it's nothing but dirt, and it's milled into a factory, and these factories take this clay and make batches of it, and then they sell it in bags to customers like me. And I would buy a bag of clay from the company, and they're usually like in 25-pound bags. So the boxes are very heavy, and it's very expensive to order clay, because you have to buy a 50-pound bag of to mail. 50 pounds of clay is very expensive. Uh, I have all my clay with me, and I brought it down here from up home. And I bought my clay at a wholesale price from a museum that held the museum had night classes for adults, or well, for anybody who wanted to learn how to do pottery. And they had day classes for students, and then they had night classes for anybody who wanted to come in, adult, any age. And if you didn't have your own oven, then you could take your finished project to them, and they would fire it for you when they did their bulk firing. And they had a big outdoor area patio where they would build the kennel every single time they baked. They'd build the kennel out of fire brick, and that was a process in the learning. Everybody had to come and help build the kennel back up, and they would make a kenneling oven to fire their things in. I have my own kiln, so I can do my firing here. But before I had my oven, I was going to do that, and I had gone up to the museum at the night classes, and I went there 2 or 3 times and reviewed some of my pottery techniques and stuff, and I did some stuff up there. And she told me that I could buy my clay from her, because I told her I had my wheel at home, and she says, "Oh," she says, "buy some clay and we'll sell it to you wholesale, because they get it by the truckloads, and they're not selling the clay for profit. They just want to sell the clay so that they can buy another truckload, and so that's what they do." And so I bought like 100 pounds of clay at wholesale price. And of course, this was 15 years ago, and I still have the clay. Clay never goes bad. It never goes soured or anything. You put a little bit of bleach in your water around your clay bag and seal it back up, and the bleach will prevent any mold. The clay will mold, but that will not affect the process of making something out of the clay. The mold is a dark area in the clay, but it fires out in the oven. So I don't think you see it. I would think there would be some kind of a shadow, but supposedly the mold doesn't affect the clay. And but anyway, that's what I do. I put a little bit of bleach in my bags with my clay, and roll it around with some water in there, and it reconditions the clay and softens it back up. You can always use your leftover clay. None of the clay can be um, discarded. You can reuse every powder, every dust particle of the clay, and by putting it in a bucket and adding water to it, and forming it back up. And they had these big garbage cans up at the museum, where they would put their sloppy clay that they didn't use anymore around the wheel, things that were drained off and dried up, and they would chisel it off, and they would put it in this bucket, in this garbage can, and it was free to anybody who wanted it. And some of the guys up there, they would take a trash bag and fill it up, because it was clay. It's just clay. It's free, and it didn't matter how many colors were mixed in. You would blend it back together and make one color after you kneaded it together. So there was lots of things, lots of stuff about clay and pottery that I could talk to y'all about. But I brought my clay with me. I have my clay, I have my oven, and I have my wheel. So and I've done it down here before. Uh, Probably 3 years ago, you could look into my archive in my videos, and I did a whole month, 2 months of clay a couple of years ago. I think it was February, March, nothing but clay, and I did it right here under the camera. And I brought stuff in. I brought my clay in and rolled it out right here and made mugs and made some hand built things and stuff, and uh, gave a lot of stuff away at that time. Mailing things was not that bad. I could get those little boxes. If it fits, it ships, and I would pack them full of clay and bubble wrap and mail. And I mailed stuff out to just about everybody in the room. Everybody got some of my clay. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that again this time. Um, Mailing is a big issue right now. It's very expensive to mail things, and but at one time I did, and a lot of you girls remember and have some of my things, but I won't be able to do that again. Um, but I have designated anything that yes, you can reclaim the clay. Yes, you can. All the clay can be reclaimed, and you can go out in the woods and find your own clay. And you look in creek beds, and some creek beds have a clay area, or if it's a drainage area where water used to stand and it's evaporated, and then the mud cracks, and you see all those little cracks in the mud. That's clay. If you see any cracks, and you take and scoop that up and put it in a bucket, and you take it back to your house in your backyard, and you fill your bucket full of water, and you liquefy all that clay, and then you sieve it. You put it through a screen, and you use this like the screen porch screens, and you do different levels of the screening to get particles out of the clay, to get rocks and leaves and sediments and things like that out of the clay. And you keep straining it until you have pure clay water. Then, when that clay water is sieved, sifted, real soft and silky, then you put put a little bit of bleach in the water, put a cover over a cloth covered something breathable over your bucket, and let that water evaporate, and you will eventually have working clay to work with. That's exactly what clay is. Clay is clay is clay. It's nothing but mud from the earth. And the refined clay that we buy from the companies, it's got all the hard work done out of it, and it's pure. It's easy to work with, and yada yada. And we're spoiled. But yeah, this is almost dry. But I think I'm going to put another coat on it and dry it again. And then I might do the other side. I don't know. But it's done. It's dry. It's a little tacky. It's a little tacky yet.
Brenda, I used to watch the Carol Duvall show, and
Oh,
Sandy
yeah?
Genovese.
What would she do?
Carol Duvall did a lot of different crafts, and she would have people on her show that did stuff too. There was her that had a show, and Sandy Genovese that had a show, and Julie Faye Fan Bowser was on Sandy Genovese's a lot, and they did a lot of different stuff. They would have people on that would demonstrate things or that would show you how to do a craft. It's crazy. If you want to see somebody,
She's been on TV, doesn't she?
yeah. And there's
Yeah.
this lady named, I don't remember her last name. It's Gail something, but she did a lot of polymer clay for a while, but she her hands got too weak for it.
Oh,
But she was really good at polymer clay also. And then who else? Oh, Sarah Evans, she does polymer clay, My Serenity Crafts. She has a bunch of polymer clay videos. You'd have to go back in it,
Yeah.
but she was really good.
Yeah, there's a lot of videos on clay and polymer clay and pottery, and you of course I can watch some of them over and over. I never get tired
Uh-huh.
of course I'm interested in it.
Yeah,
Um, this is a clay uh, ocarina that I made,
that's cool.
and it was a cookie cutter that had this shape, and I said, "Oh, that kind of looks like a sunflower." So I cut two of them out, and I made an ocarina, and it's hollow inside, and there's holes here for your fingers, and it's like a whistle. And
It
if you
sounds kind of cool.
watch people make these, you can actually tune them, fine tune them. The holes that I made with these are just simple little silly little simple holes, baby holes. And if I were to widen one of them, it would be a different tone. And you can actually pitch these to on your computer. There's a pitch machine that you can get and actually tune these ocarinas, and you can actually play a song. This is just a four hole, and then I've got a hole here to hang it up with, and they're I want to try to make some more. I want to make some more.
Pretty
And I
neat.
just so happened, uh, while Dana's finishing up her puzzle, she's get. Are you putting it together?
Yeah,
I've
and
got
I'm
a
trimming my stuff up because it's being a pain.
I got a little bowl here, a basket that was my mom's, and I brought it home. It just so happened to have all my clay things in it that I gave my mom.
Oh,
So I've got them back, and this is what she did with my clay things. Now this was just a little wooden decoration, and I gave it to her, and I found it in this thing, and I felted a little bird.
oh, that's cute though.
There's a little bird.
So
There's
she
a
made the doll.
I no, I bought the doll and I felted the bird to put on the little bead,
Oh, okay.
and I gave it to her on Mother's Day in 15. So so it was in the bottom of the box. So I'll have to find a place to hang it. And I felted the little bluebird out of my
That's
felting.
that's one of the things that I liked to watch Sarah Evans because she decorates her house with a lot of her stuff that she makes. And
Yeah,
she'll do a show, she'll do a, you know, she'll let you see it every once in a while. But like she's good at it.
yeah. I need to. That's what I want to do this time when I make pottery. I want to make some big things for my house. Um, that's my goal of making some more stuff uh, this time. When I make any pottery, I want to make. I've got plenty of sit around bowls, but I don't have any vases or things anything big. And so this was cute. This was a soap dish, and it had this imprintation on the soap dish, and I turned it over and made it into the dish on the clay and cut it out by hand, and it left these markings, and then I painted it, and the painting is what's so cute with this fish. The fishes are easy to make anyway, but I made these fish, and my mother had. I don't know where she had them hanging up at, but she's got these fish, and she put some string on it. I don't know what she was going to do with them. And then this one here is a wind chime, and it's angels. it's all angels. And I don't know if you'll be able to see it all, but here's all the angels. And it hangs up. And I think it's too busy. I think it's got too many angels on it. And this guy here, I don't know where she goes. She's hung up on something. There she goes. But I'll turn you around. Let you see it. So you can see the
Oh, that-
angels
Yeah.
all dangled, and you can hear them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think she might have had it on the porch. I don't know what she did with it. I don't remember her hanging it, but I guess it was probably out on the porch. And then here's some more parts of some more things that I've made. And this was another center point of a wind chime. It would be hooked onto this. I had it wired on somehow and it come undone or something. And then these hung down. This was supposed to be in the middle. I don't know what my mom was doing, but I made all these out of pottery. And this was the center part of a wind chime, and the chimes would hang down. But she had all this. And there's some hearts. And I have no idea what she was doing with them. She was hanging things on the door, like on the just as a door hanger.
Yeah.
And she'd do decorations like that, but I have no clue what she was doing with these hearts.
They were probably right in front of your face and you didn't even notice.
No. But some of them need work, and she was stringing them together for something. And I had them, they're almost like buttons. But I did all kinds of stuff. And this is broken. I think it was a leaf. I did a lot of fall stuff, and I got all of her. She had a turkey tree in the fall. She would put turkeys on her little pencil tree, and I think I got all my turkeys back. And I love doing the sand dollars. And then I also love doing the starfish. And they were easy to do. You just use your star cookie cutter, and then you twist the corners of your points to make it look like a starfish.
Right. That's cute.
So I love doing that. Here's another starfish.
Cute.
And she's got some hearts hanging off of it. I don't know. And I've got tons of cookie cutter things. This one is broke, whatever it was. There's a rabbit,
making do.
duck. Oh, this obviously has Easter grass in it, so she used this on the Easter egg tree. She had an Easter egg tree. And then I would use her pencil tree. She changed it out every month. She had something different every month. And this is a white cross, and it's got a pin back on it. And I don't know how many of these I've made, and I've given them to all the women at church to wear crosses.
So,
hot glue.
Brenda said that Carol Duvall's grandsons went to high school with her sons.
Wow.
And they told her that she was her biggest fan, and she sent her some books and craft items that were on the show.
Oh. Yes.
Cool.
I remember her. Yeah.
I watched them every episode I could. They came on Saturdays here.
So here's another starfish and a butterfly. And I've made a bunch of these. These are just a little flower cookie cutter that I had. I've got hands and feet and crosses and birds. I got all these cookie cutters. And see, this is what you do with your embossing folders. You emboss your clay before you use your cookie cutter. This
You
is a
probably should unrust your cookie cutters, don't you think?
this this one's a kitchen drain plastic thing that you put in the bottom of your sink. And
Yeah.
then this one is a piece of lace. The sand dollars are lace, done with the lace. And then these are done with some stamping items. There's a foot. I love doing the foot, the
Mm-hmm.
feet for the beach.
Yeah.
And the cutest ones I've done, I painted red toenails on them.
Huh.
There's another foot, another star. So, yeah,
Yep, I'm gonna have to separate these, and because my puzzle won't stay together very nice.
yeah. Don't. Yeah, you should separate them so they don't glue together.
No, they ain't. I already did that.
So anyway, that's all I was going to show you.
They're just not playing nice getting back together. They don't like each other.
So,
But I'll decorate them and then I'll send them out. Send them out in Happy Mail.
well, I think that's all I'm going to do tonight.
All right.
I've had enough excitement today for
Well, thank you for.
me a while. It lasts me till Saturday.
Well,
So
thank you
this was
for
a fun
hanging.
project. I'm glad we got to do it again. And
I don't know if it was that fun, but it was a
Well,
project.
it was different, as my grandmother would say. Well, it was different.
Yep.
But if we don't try things, we don't know. And I
Nope.
think it was good. I think it was a good day to do it. I think it was.
Yeah.
We can
We
say
haven't done anything real different, so
we got that out of our system.
yeah. For real, for real. I don't think Becca would have hung
So
for this one.
if there are any other projects that anybody wants to do, I will be glad to put it on my to-do list. Right now, my to-do list is as long as my arm and my right leg. So I've got plenty to do right now. Because when I do the polymer clay, I want to do it. I want to do it for at least a week, at least 3 times.
I want a jelly print, and I want to
I want a jelly print.
I want to carve some stamps.
I want to carve some more stamps. I've got the erasers to do it with.
I do too.
So I've tried to do things that other people do. Like I always try to let you all pick the picture out. I try to keep everybody involved.
Well, I picked the last 3 times, so somebody else got to pick the picture next time.
Well, yeah, but you do a good job, and I I don't want to be the bossy guy, but I mean,
Beth, now
I think we have a pretty good show going on.
you know that's a story. Because you're the boss.
Well, I try to be. I don't try to be bossy, but I do try to steer to a direction sometimes. And I just have things I want to tell you. I just have to have things I have to share.
You got me up.
So anyway, that's all we're going to do tonight, and I think we did good, and I'm happy with everything, and I'll if anybody has any questions, you can always message me. And I'm gonna put this book here. I'm gonna put this here. We talked about this and this.
Yep.
Let's see which way. We've talked about these puzzles.
We got this one.
And we showed that off.
I needed to do something with my jelly prints, anyways.
I would, yeah, I would like to do some jelly printing. I would.
Yep. I haven't done it.
And I have a jelly print
Jeez.
3D a binder with jelly prints in them.
Uh-huh.
And I've been going back to those and adding mark making on them, like
Yeah.
with acrylic paints on them and ink and stuff. And it really adds more to the prints. And
Uh-huh.
I need
I
to make
cut some of mine up, and then I'll doodle on them.
yeah.
Like I'll do them in, just like a 4x6 card and doodle on them. I do that a
So
lot.
so thank you, Dana, for hanging, and I will see you guys somewhere in the chat room
All right.
somewhere.
All right. I'll talk
So
to you later.
thank you all. Good night.
Night.